Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare
Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 4, text 13. Please repeat. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram apimam Vidhi akartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Chaturvarnyam, the four divisions of human society. Maya, by me. Srishtam, created. Guna, quality. Karma, work. Vibhagashaha, in terms of division. Tasya, of that. Kartaram, the father. Api, although. Mam, me. Vidhi, you may know. Akartaram, as the non-doer. Avyayam, being unchangeable. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Please repeat. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord is the creator of everything. Everything is born of Him. Everything is sustained by Him. And everything after annihilation rests in Him. He is therefore the creator of the four divisions of the social order, beginning with the intelligent class of men, technically called Brahmanas due to their being situated in the mode of goodness. Next is the administrative class, technically called the Kshatriyas, due to their being situated in the mode of passion. The mercantile men, called the Vaishyas, are situated in the mixed modes of passion and ignorance. And the Sudras, or laborer class, are situated in the ignorant mode of material nature. In spite of His creating the four divisions of human society, Lord Krishna does not belong to any of these divisions, because He is not one of the conditioned souls, a section of whom form human society. Human society is similar to any other animal society, but to elevate men from the animal status, the above mentioned divisions are created by the Lord for the systematic development of Krishna consciousness. The tendency of a particular man toward work is determined by the modes of material nature which he has acquired. Such symptoms of life, according to different modes of material nature, are described in the 18th chapter of this book. A person in Krishna consciousness, however, is above even the Brahmanas, because a Brahmana by quality is supposed to know about Brahman, the supreme absolute truth. Most of them approach the impersonal Brahman manifestation of Lord Krishna. But only a man who transcends the limited knowledge of a Brahmana and reaches the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, Lord Sri Krishna, becomes a person in Krishna consciousness, or in other words, a Vaishnava. Krishna consciousness includes knowledge of all different plenary expansions of Krishna, namely Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, etc. However, as Krishna is transcendental to this system of the four divisions of human society, a person in Krishna consciousness is also transcendental to all divisions of human society, whether we consider the divisions of community, nation, or species. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So one of the most important and often misunderstood concepts in our Vedic knowledge, Krishna here talks about the four varnas. Typically, they call our Indian caste system as the system which is considered to be the reason for the downfall of our, or considered to be a kind of not very good system, because it awards birthright to certain classes of people and gives scope for mistreating certain classes, which had happened in the past. And as a result, they consider this kind of system to be not, it's more of a sentimental kind of system. But what Krishna is saying is completely different here. So he's saying, yes, there are four varnas. He's not saying castes, they are varnas. Varna means it's four divisions. So, Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam, and on top of it, he is saying, I only created this. It's not man-made. God only made this. Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam. Krishna only created this. How he has some favoritism to certain people, I will put them in the top bracket, and then those who I hate, I'll put them in the lower bracket, the Sudra bracket. No. There is a basis for this. He's created this based on guna and karma. Guna karma vibhagashaha. Can you tell the people there not to talk loudly? So guna and karma. So what are these guna and karma? Any guesses? Krishna created these four classes of people based on guna and karma. What is guna and karma? Guna means what? Yeah, guna means qualities. Right? And karma means what you do. So both have to match. The person who is called a Brahmana must have certain qualities, as well as he must be doing that work. Then only he can be called as Brahmana. Like for example, in Shastra there is this boy called Satyakama Jabala. So he wanted to become a disciple of Gautama Muni. And so he went and approached him. And Gautama Muni asked, who is your father? Because typically in those days, your varna was determined based on where you are born. Typically, if you are born in a Kshatriya family, you are brought up with Kshatriya qualities and trained as a Kshatriya. Brahmana family, you are brought up with Brahmana qualities and trained up as Brahmana. So the father and the family determined your varna, not anymore. So he asked him, who is your father? So this Satyakama Jabala, he went to the mother and asked him, Mother, this Gautama Muni is asking, who is my father, so that I can become his disciple. And the mother frankly admitted, even I don't know who is your father, because she happened to be, unfortunately, a prostitute. So, and then this boy very innocently went back to Gautama Muni and he said, even my mother doesn't know who is my father. And then Gautama Muni looked at him and said, you are a Brahmana, I'm going to accept you as my disciple. How did he make that determination? Huh? That quality, that guna of truthfulness, satyam. The Brahmana must be truthful. Even to the enemy, he must disclose the truth. There is no hypocrisy in a Brahmana. So based on that quality that he had, he determined him to be a Brahmana. He has that intrinsics. Some people, their intrinsics is Vaishya. They cannot help but think about money. If I get money, how do I invest? How do I multiply? What do I buy? Sometimes when we go to distribute books, Bhagavad Gitas, and we knock the doors, some people, they call us inside. There is hardly any furniture. They are having a small, this thing on the cot on the floor and hardly one or two chairs. We don't want to indulge in any of these things. We want to lead a simple life. Like a Brahmana mindset. Brahmana means very simple. So, based on the qualities, one is determined. A Brahmana means, Krishna mentions, Shamo damaha tapaha shaucham kshantir arjavam gnanam vignanam astikyam. He has to have self-control, control of senses, austerity, cleanliness, knowledge, belief in God, teaching, acquiring knowledge, which I already told. So all these are Brahmanical qualities. So if somebody has that, they are eligible to be Brahmana. It doesn't matter where they are born. Similarly, Kshatriya. What are some of the qualities of a Kshatriya? Valor, leadership, administration, politician is supposed to be Kshatriya. They are supposed to be in the front. Like when there is a war, the king goes and fights. He doesn't sit in the bunker, right? So, the Kshatriya means he's a leading by example. He's a ferocious valor, leadership. He cannot tolerate injustice. He has to administer justice. So that is Kshatriya. And then Vaishya means, as I said, eager to earn money and eager to do trading, business. And Krishna also says, cow protection and farming. So that has been neglected historically. Traditionally, we have neglected that and come to the current situation. And then finally, Sudra means one who is interested just to serve others and get some money or livelihood. They cannot live independently. This Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya can live independently without working under somebody. Sudra means must have a master They cannot work independently. They need salary. And they have tendency for sense gratification. As we go down the ladder, the tendency for sense gratification or bodily concept increases. As we go up the ladder, the tendency for self-realization increases. So we can determine if we have the qualities of a Sudra or a Vaishya or a Kshatriya or a Brahmana. Now when Srila Prabhupada came to the West, he started to teach Krishna consciousness. And many Westerners, they accepted these principles and started to become his disciples. And then these disciples, they went back to India. When Prabhupada started to form temples in India. And they were doing pujari duties, reading Shastra, giving classes. These are the typical works of a Brahmana. Right? So now, Prabhupada, he was opening this grand temple in Vrindavan. Many of you might have been to India. Mathura, Vrindavan, the famous place. Krishna Balaram temple was built and he was opening, and he sent his disciples, many Western disciples, to go invite the prominent people of Vrindavan to come to the opening ceremony. So this one disciple went to give the invitation to a very prominent personality at that time. He was famous throughout India for his scholarship and for leading a particular movement. And so this personality started to criticize. Your Swamiji, he is making all these Sudras, Mlechas, Yavanas into Brahmanas. Because the Westerners, they were considered, Mlecha and Yavana means what? Meat eaters who don't follow the Vedic culture, who don't have proper principles, the regulative principles, who don't follow all these things. They are considered as Mlechas, Yavanas. Of course, not all of them. Especially those hippies, quote unquote, they were not following any of those. But still, Prabhupada, he found that spark, and those who were eager to follow Krishna consciousness, he made them disciples and brought to India. And so this personality was criticizing. You are all Sudras, Mlechas, Yavanas, how you became Brahmanas? And so this disciple, he quoted one shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasya yallakshanam proktam pumso varnabhivyanjakam yadanyatrapi drishyeta tatte naiva vinirdishet. What it means is, Yasya yat lakshanam proktam, whatever is the lakshana displayed by a particular person. If I am displaying the lakshana as a Brahmana, lakshanam proktam pumshaha, tat tenaiva vinirdishet, he should be considered like that only. Yad anyatrapi drishyeta, even though he may be born in a Sudra family or born in a Sudra environment, but if he displays the qualities as a Brahmana, he should be considered as a Brahmana. It is by qualification. And then when he quoted that shloka and this personality, he was shocked. Your Guru has trained you very nicely from scriptures. He was impressed. So this is guna, based on one's quality. You are determined your personality, not by birth. And then the karma has to match. Once you are determined as a Brahmana, as a Kshatriya, as a Vaishya, as Sudra, your karma also has to align. But now, look at the situation. By quality, some of us may have Brahmanical qualities. Some of us may have Kshatriya qualities, Vaishya qualities, Sudra qualities. But by work, what are we doing? 99% of us. By profession, what are we? We are earning salary. Salary means, simple definition, Sudra means salary. So 99% of this, of course, may not be 99%, But a large portion of today's world is Sudra. Even though they may have Brahmanical qualification, they'll become the best Sudra. You take the companies, the tech leads, the people who are the principal architects. They have sharp brain, isn't it? The most intelligent people. They give millions of dollars to hire them. And they're earning millions of dollars. And what is it? What is this going towards? For a product which improves your sense gratification. For example, this gadget. They're creating these nice gadgets, doing research. What gives more happiness to people? The sensation of browsing something, moving your finger on something. It gives them more kick. They spend research millions of dollars and then bring this product. So in turn, you're creating more Sudras. So the Brahmana by mindset, but the karma did not match. Vaishya by mindset, all the politicians now are mostly business people. In fact, people are also seeing, if he's a good businessman, he will bring our country to a good state. He knows how to bring up the economy. But what is the problem? He will look for his own benefit. He will try to prosper people and companies that give him something in return. He does not cater to proper justice. That is compromised. See, these are all the problems if you don't match your karma with guna. Like people now, it's become a profession to become like a spiritual emancipator, a guru. Anybody becomes guru on WhatsApp, on YouTube, even though they may not have proper Brahmanical character, qualities. As a result, what happens? They give wrong guidance, not Shastric guidance. And when people fall down, and when he falls down, people lose all the good respect they have for a guru. So this is very important. Guna and karma. Now, then what to do? Right now, for example, I am there. I may have Brahmanical mindset, want to study scripture, preach about God consciousness. But by profession, I am engaged as a Sudra. We are obligated to be engaged like that, isn't it? So now, should we give up that? My guna and karma are not matching. Isn't it? Many of our guna and karma may not match. I may want to be a philosopher, but if I take to philosophy, who will win me bread? So I am forced to work as a Sudra. So what should we do? Should we give it up? So that is why this Krishna consciousness movement is a boon to the society. Shastra says, for whatever reason you are engaged in a particular occupation. So you don't have to give it up unnaturally. Stay in that occupation, but focus on developing your Krishna consciousness. Gnane prayasam udapasya namanta eva jivanti shanmukharitam bhavadiya vartam sthane sthitaha shrutigatam tanuvan manobhir ye prayaso jita jitopyasitais trilokyam. It is said, you stay in your position, sthane sthitaha, but try to improve your spiritual understanding by focusing on hearing about Krishna from great authorities. Then you are doing all right. Then even though you may not be properly engaged in proper karma according to guna, for whatever reason, you are actually, what is the aim of this varnashrama ultimately? Yes. The aim of varnashrama is together we are progressing towards God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. It's not for material development, systematic improvement of Krishna consciousness. So if you are able to do that, in whatever position you are in, you are succeeding in that mission. So the other aspect to consider this in this shloka is, on a spiritual platform, there is no difference. Whether you are a Sudra, whether you are a Brahmana, whether you are a Kshatriya, there is no difference. Like for example, Ramachandra dealing with this Guha. Do you know who is Guha? There was this boatman when Ramachandra was sent to the forest for 14 years. So he and Mother Sita and Lakshmana, they came to the bank of the river, and they were about to cross to go to the forest. And so this boatman was Guha, who was the leader of the Nishada tribe. He was considered kind of Sudra category. And so he came, he was full of devotion for Lord Rama. He came receiving Lord Rama. And Lord Rama was about to enter the ship, enter the boat. And he said, no, please wait. What? What are you going to do? No, let me wash your feet properly. And then, why? Because I heard that the dust of your lotus feet is so powerful that you turned a stone into a beautiful lady, Ahalya. And then if that same thing happens, what will happen to me? I cannot take care of my own family. I have to now take care of one more family. So that was, of course, in transcendental sarcasm, glorifying the Lord's, the foot dust. And then the Lord came inside and he took the service of Guha. And then when finally he got down, he embraced Guha and said, I'm so moved by your devotion. You are as dear to me as Lakshmana is dear to me. You see? How a Sudra, it doesn't matter where you are born, but it matters what your devotion is. Like, there's another personality, Haridas Thakur in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was born in a Mohammedan family where they were eating meat and killing cows and those kind of things. And so, but he was so inspired and he took to the Hare Krishna mantra, chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. He was chanting incessantly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And so these people, they complained to the king, the Muslim king, saying, oh, this Haridas Thakur, he belongs to our community, but he's bringing disrepute. He's chanting the Hindu gods' names, and you should seriously counsel him. And then they brought him to the court, and they asked him, why are you doing this? And he said, my lord, it's okay. Sometimes, Hindus also, they take to the path of Muslims. And what is the wrong? One Muslim takes to the path of this. And the king became enraged. How dare you talk to me like that? You stop chanting this name of Krishna, Hindu god. He said, my lord, Krishna is not Hindu god. It's not a sectarian god. Just like in the sky there is only one sun. You may call by different names. In India you may call by one name, in Hindi. In Europe you may call by a different name. Based on your language you may call different names. But the same person is being referred to. So Krishna means, what is the meaning of name Krishna? Huh? all attractive. God must be all attractive. If there is a one name that fits God, that is Krishna, the best name. So, my Lord, it is not any sectarian God. It is a universal God. What is wrong if I chant his names? And again the king became even more angered. You should immediately stop chanting. And then Haridas Thakur said, I will never stop chanting the holy name of Krishna. Even if you cut me into thousands of pieces, I will never stop chanting. And then the king, he ordered this Haridas need to be killed, and people need to be shown what will happen if they transgress my order. And you take him out, start beating him, drag him across all these marketplaces, and beat him to death. And so he was dragged publicly on the streets. And these people were beating him like anything, whipping him. 22 marketplaces he was being whipped. And he was chanting, continuously he was chanting. And he was praying for these people. My Lord, please excuse them, they don't know what they are doing. And finally, they could not kill him. Because later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he revealed to Haridas Thakur, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself. See, when these people, they were whipping you like that, I could have immediately killed them. But you are praying for them. That is why I did not. But I took all those beatings. And he showed his own back, where all the whip marks were there. That is why nothing could happen to Haridas Thakur. Similarly to Prahlad Maharaj, nothing could happen. Even though he was born in a Danava family, not the devotee family. Did it stop from Prahlad becoming a great devotee and becoming dear to Krishna? So whether you are Haridas Thakur, whether you are Prahlad Maharaj, whether you are Guha, whether you are Vidura, whether you are a Gopi, it doesn't matter for Krishna where you are born. If you are having full of love and devotion for the Lord, that makes you immediately transcendental. You are no more limited by the varna that you are born in. Even though you may be in that varna doing that duty, the Guha may be doing his duty as a boatman. The Gopis may be doing the duty as simple cowherd girls. The Sudra may be doing the duty. Even the Brahmana, for example, Sudama. We know Sudama Vipra. He was so poor, he didn't have any money, but he was okay. That didn't bother him. But because his wife started to persuade him, go help, ask help from Krishna. So very reluctantly he went, taking that old, unfit, chipped rice. And Krishna, how respectful he was. He put him on his own seat and started to massage his feet. And he snatched the chipped rice and started to eat. One morsel itself, he became fully satisfied. Rukmini Devi gave everything to Sudama. Second morsel he was about to take, she stopped him. My Lord, it's enough. If you eat this also, I personally have to go and stay in his house. That much opulence I have given him. So it didn't matter. Brahmana, Kshatriya, there are so many examples in Bhagavatam. Krishna goes to the houses of a Sudra, a Kshatriya, a prostitute, a Brahmana, anybody, doesn't matter. Kirata, Hunandra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumbha, Yavana, Khasadaya. Yenye cha papa yada apashrayashraya shuddhyanti tasmai prabhavishnave namaha. Anyone from any background can be purified by the power of the holy name of Lord Vishnu or Krishna. So the varna does not matter. If you take to Krishna consciousness, you become transcendental. Like Srila Prabhupada, when he went to the West in 1965, he was staying in New York after initial struggles in Pennsylvania. He was staying in 170 First Street. If you happen to go to New York, check it out, that address. 170 First Street, New York. And he goes out sometime. By the time he comes back, his typewriter, tape recorder, and the cash he had, they were all stolen. The only possessions he had, they were stolen. And then he had somebody, he said, Swamiji, you can come and live with me. And he took, his last name was Murphy, I think. David Murphy, I think. Swamiji, you come and live with me. He goes there. It's a rundown, most, not a fit place for a gentleman to live. All hippies, drunkards. Prabhupada was explaining, these people were lying in front of his door, sleeping drunk. They would lie down and they would pass urine also like there itself. Like that kind of situation Prabhupada had to go through. He went, he stayed there. He was sharing the refrigerator where there was meat for this Murphy's cat. And Prabhupada was saving his groceries, vegetables. He was paying $125 for the place. And then suddenly one day, this Murphy, he became crazy. And because he was taking drugs, LSD and all of that. And he started to attack Srila Prabhupada violently. And Prabhupada became so terrified. Immediately he came out of that place, leaving all his belongings. He didn't know what to do. And then he went to another person who was trying to help him, who later became Mukunda. Swamiji will find you something. They put him in some other's house 2 blocks away. And then they were finding a place and eventually found this 26 2nd Avenue. The first temple of our Krishna consciousness movement started there. And Prabhupada started to live upstairs when the temple was running downstairs. He was selling Bhagavatam to make some money, relying on the donations of people coming and going. So you see, this is the Lord's pure representative coming from the spiritual world. Did he need to do anything like this? But he was transcendental. Even though he was living with the hippies in that kind of situation, he remained transcendental. Even though he was sharing that refrigerator with all kinds of obnoxious things, it didn't contaminate him because he was always keeping Krishna within his heart. Nothing could affect him. Yes, Krishna is saying, I am transcendental to these 4 varnas. Anybody who follows Krishna's path, who becomes Krishna's devotee, who chants his names, he also becomes transcendental. Because Krishna's service trumps these limitations. So I'll stop here. Anyone has any questions or comments on what we discussed? So we'll be chanting now the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, 1 mala. Anybody coming for the first time or going to be chanting for the first time? All of you familiar with chanting? So this has 108 beads. Each bead we are going to chant the full mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a transcendental Mahamantra which is mentioned in the Vedic literature. The holy name of Krishna is none different from Krishna himself. This is the biggest revelation from the Vedic scriptures you can ever hear. The holy name of God is God himself, it is not different. So in this, especially in this age of Kali Yuga, when people have less time, they are so much of enamored with so many difficulties, just by calling out the name of God, hearing the name of God, we can become in touch, we can associate with God himself. That is the power of this Mahamantra. And anybody can chant, any situation can chant. It is recommended you chant as much as possible. It keeps the kalmasha of this Kali Yuga away. Harer Nama Namaiva Kevalam Kalau Nasti Eva Gatiranyatha. So Shastra is saying in this Kali Yuga, Harer Nama Emaiva Kevalam, chant the holy name of Hari, chant the name of Hari, chant the name of Hari. Kalau. There is no other way, Nasti Eva Gatiranyatha. So that is the importance of chanting the holy name, particularly this Hare Krishna mantra. So we'll chant 108 times, and the way to chant is chant outside, produce the sound, every syllable chant attentively, hear very carefully, because Krishna is non different from the sound that you produce. And let Krishna go into your ears, go into your hearts, and cleanse your hearts. So feel that association of Krishna the next 10 minutes. We do synchronously. And if your mind deviates from the sound, immediately bring it back. Again, focus on the sound vibration. And you feel the effect at the end of it. Any questions? Anybody has? So before we chant, let's take the blessings of Guru Gauranga. Please repeat after me. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Let's chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare